Hey guys, Sean's in the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we're going to bring on guests that provide that value as far as their trials and tribulations, things that worked for them, things that didn't work. And the biggest thing is I want to, kind of dissolve that myth that network marketing doesn't work. And if you put some time in, you'll see the success happen. But if you sit there and you give up, you're not going to see that ever happen. And a little bit of housekeeping. If you are watching live, hashtag live. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. And throughout, if you have any questions, and also favorite emojis, drop them every once in a while so we know you're alive during our live here. And last but not least, if you haven't seen Got Backup, you get 6 terabytes of storage for $9.97 per month and allows you to build your team. We're talking about network marketing. It's a great opportunity. Take a look at the description after our conversation and 1, get to know our guest, and also 2, take a look at the opportunities I can offer for you. Let me bring on Tony Lucero. What's up, man?
Oh, Sean, it's good to see you, man.
Great to see you. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to be with us.
No, I was honored when you reached out, and I love what you're doing, and you bring so much value to people that are going down this network marketing path. So, man, anytime I can be a voice and be part of and explaining the benefits and how wonderful this industry is, I want to do that. So thank you, man.
Where are you tuning in from?
I'm actually in Nebraska right now, but getting ready to take a road trip and head west. So I'm all over the place all the time.
No, and you're always golfing too. I'm jealous, man. I want to get out there more often.
Yeah, golfing is my passion. So all the things I do in my life is to spend time with my family and to figure out when the next tee time is.
Love it. I love it, man. So, I brought you here. I want to talk about network marketing. I want to, dive deeper as far as what made you get started in network marketing years ago.
It was completely, I don't want to say an accident. I don't think there's really accidents in life, but it was, I was in the military. So I was stationed at Great Falls Air Force Base up in Montana. And I was 19 years old. And this guy came into our dorm and was talking. He goes, "Hey man, there's this meeting going on downtown at this hotel. We should go take a look at it. My buddy's making all this money." The typical MLM spiel. I'm like, well, heck, money, that would be kind of cool because when I was in the military, I was making like $600 a month or something like that, right? So this is 30 plus years ago, and more than that. And so anytime I got a chance to make money, I'm like, yeah, let's go down there. So we went down, saw this presentation, and it was for a company called Shackley. Do you remember Shackley?
That one I don't know.
Okay. So Shackley is a multivitamin company that's been around. They're still around. They've been around for, 50 years, something like that. But he was talking about this whole idea of you sell something one time and people fall in love with these products, you get paid over and over and over again. I'm like, well, heck, I'm not a rock star, so I'm not cutting any albums and getting paid for that. So let me give it a shot. So I went out and I started using the product, number one, but then I started sharing it. And I think my first check was like $23 or something like that. And then the next check was like $28 the following month. I'm like, this is really cool. How I've got customers and this whole thing called residual income was coming in, and any of the extra money that I can make help for gas money, help for whatever. So I got tuned into the opportunity at a very, very young age. I was 19 years old. So long time ago.
It's funny that you said the amount, and I appreciate you being transparent because a lot of people get on board, and it could be a free platform. It could be spend a few bucks here to get involved, but everyone's looking for that. Oh, I want the yacht, the big cars, the vacations, but $23 here, $28 there. It's slow growth. It's solid growth. It takes time. It's not overnight success. It's not going to happen. And I appreciate you sharing. You shared the product. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm selling the product." If you're selling, you're not going to do that well because you need to leverage other people and teach them to duplicate what you should be doing on a daily basis to make things happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of sharing, it's like if you were to get in this industry and go, "Oh my God, this great product, we got to sell this to people. We got to recruit people. We got to close people. We got to close people to get them to become salespeople." That mentality, that's dead. Like everyone you talk to, Sean, if you ask 100 people, "Hey, do you like selling stuff?" They're all going to say no. I suck at it. right? I'm not a salesperson. I could never do what you do, Tony. I don't sell stuff. Like, well, okay. But have you ever shared anything that you believe in? Oh, absolutely. I shared a movie. I shared a restaurant. I shared my real estate agent. I shared a vacation spot we went to. Like, so the whole idea, the shifting of culture, the shifting of our messaging has evolved over time. Now, there's still people that say, oh, I got this thing and I'm selling it to my friends. Like, those people are dying on the vine, right? So we have to shift into where culture is heading and what resonates with people, and words like sharing and, words like opportunity and, finding companies and doing things that resonate with me. Like, those are things that feel better than, oh man, I got involved in this deal. I got involved in one of these. Like, no one wants to get involved in a deal anymore. We've all been shafted many times by deals. I've been in this space for 38, going on my 39th year of network marketing, and I've seen it all, just like you have. Like, I have seen it all, the good, the bad, and disgusting. So let's not do any more deals. Let's not get involved in one of those things anymore. Let's not do that.
Why do they always talk about, MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing? It's all pyramid schemes. And I believe it's not. Everything in the world is a pyramid scheme. If you're in a school district, if you're in real estate, if you're in anything, anyone that's on the top is making the most money and everyone else is going to be less. But it's something that takes some time to build and recruit. That's another word people don't like to say, recruit. But it's like engage or collaborate with other people.
Collaborate.
I think that's what you're really doing and helping. And maybe the skills that they have, they might be involved with social media. Some people might do in-person presentations. Does it happen as often anymore? Not as often because of social media, but think about doing it. How it would be powerful to put on these events.
Yeah. The whole MLM thing, the stigma, let's just call it the stigma.
Yeah.
I believe back in the day, and nothing against Amway. Amway is the grandfather of all the companies, right? So Amway was there initially to kick off this whole idea of becoming an entrepreneur. Let's just call it an entrepreneur, right? The idea of working at your job in your spare time, building a network, building a team, building something that allowed you to make extra money. And Amway was good at it. However, back in the early days, a lot of people were brought in thinking they were seeing something, and all of a sudden there was this bait and switch thing that happened. And so that feeling left a lot of bad, feelings in people, a lot of bad taste in people's mouths. And that carried on to the next deal, the next deal, the next deal. And eventually you have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that kind of maybe been exposed to this industry in a way that was kind of frowned upon, kind of shoddy, kind of like, hey man, come over here, guys, very sneaky. And that brought on a lot of weird energy, and a lot of people lost money because of something like that. And the reality is they didn't lose any money. They just didn't engage, maybe earn their money back or whatever. So anyway, the stigma of old style network marketing, it affected a lot of people. And even today, there are people that cannot let that go. Oh gosh, 10 years ago, my mom was in this company, or 20 years ago, my dad was a distributor for this company and he got screwed, and so now that's carried on through generations. Now, anytime you talk to somebody that's maybe never done it, they always go, well, yeah, my dad used to do it and lost. So we got to let go of all of that, because it has changed so much. I'm obviously doing face-to-face. I do a lot of my business globally via Zoom. I can't be in the Philippines, but I do a lot of my building via Zoom now. So we do these online presentations or snapshots to share the story. And if it resonates with someone will say, hey, I want more information. You give them, hopefully the company's got more information to give them. They see information, they make their own decision based on the information they have. And then once they're in whatever system, then the system hopefully is good enough to keep them engaged and keep them building, keep them thriving, keep them growing, that type of thing. But it takes time, and you got to work on you. I built large organizations, and the only reason why I built them is because I built me. And that's not an ego thing. It's like everything becomes a reflection of you. So if I am terrible in front of a camera, if I don't like being in front of the room, if I don't like to pick up my phone and share something with somebody, well, it's not the industry's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's not the product's fault. You're the product. And so I had to make my product. I had to make me better so that I could be better for everybody else. Because it's the only way I built teams of 70, 80, 100,000 plus globally, is because it starts with me. And people don't understand that. They join something going, oh my God, if this doesn't work, then I'm out of it. This sucks. And it's a scam and whatever. Well, look in the mirror and go, maybe I'm the scam. Maybe I'm the one that's trying to shortcut my life and shortcut my riches and shortcut my way to $100,000 plus a year or a month or whatever. Maybe I'm the scam. It's kind of a weird way to look at it, but it's true. And a lot of people that have a bad taste in their mouth, they're jumpers. They've tried this, tried that, tried this.
Right.
So I tell people just to slow down. If there's something put in front of you, dive in the way you would normally look at it. See if it makes sense. Ask your questions. Do your due diligence. You're a smart human being. And if it resonates, and only then say yes. And if it doesn't, it's not for me. And no problem, right? I wish you well, but no, it's not for me. And be okay with that,
No, just like Tony was saying, the shiny object syndrome happens too often. People jump from one company to the next because all this, the launching, the pre-launch, all this stuff. I liked what Tony was saying as far as personal development. If you work on the inside, your mind, guys, positivity, persistence. I always say if you're consistently persistent, you're going to be successful. Yeah, because you're going to have those ups and downs. You're going to have the rejection. Now, what kind of tips can we give? 3 tips, Tony, to help those with? What are some things that they should be focusing on for their personal development?
So this is really interesting. I'm taking you back in my past real quick because I initially joined because I liked the idea that I made $23, right? I liked that. That was kind of cool. Like I sold something or shared something with somebody. They liked it and then they ordered it and, something good probably happened from that transaction. But what happened very quickly after that is I grew up in a childhood that wasn't the best. My mom was married 4 times. My stepfather was not the nicest person. And so I had all this baggage with me. Like I had all this heavy, these voices in my head saying, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to amount to anything. You're stupid. Don't even try. You're going to fail. You're not my son. I don't love you. Like I had all of that, I'm probably the only kid that ever had that in his head. Right. And so what I discovered though, that there's a whole beautiful side to be involved in network marketing, and that's the personal growth side. And fortunately, I was involved in companies that were established that had a personal growth path. And I got hungry for learning how to speak in front of the room and learning how to be organized and learning what this thing called the Getting Started training is and learning what books to read and listening to my mentors. My mentor said, hey, Tony, you need to spend an hour a week doing blah, 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 blah. Like I would listen and I would do these things. So I was developing myself without even knowing that this was part of the MLM journey. Like it was all about the money at the beginning and selling products and building a team and being global. Like that's the story everybody gets pitched. Right. And I very quickly, after being pitched that, shifted into, oh my gosh, I'm growing as a person. I'm the voices started going away. I started realizing that Tony's actually a really good person. Oh my gosh, I'm capable of doing more, that I'm not stupid, that, hey, I can love myself and I can love building a team and I can love other people. So I started seeing that piece. And Sean, that's the piece that I got and still am. And why I coach and consult network marketing companies and people all over the world. I'm still so excited about that piece because that piece has made me the other piece, which is the millions of dollars that I've made in this industry. And when I join a company, it's never because, oh, I want to get rich. Oh, this has got to change my life. Oh, I join because I know that's going to better me as a person. And that's what I recommend people do is number one, see this as an opportunity for you to grow, to learn a new skill, to new talent, to discover something about yourself, to stretch yourself a little bit, to kick fear in the butt. Fear means nothing. I don't even know what that word is. Oh, I'm so fearful of picking up the phone. Why? What is fear to you? Well, because what they might say. Well, have you ever picked up the phone before and said, hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's the same thing. Hey, how you doing? Right. It's the same thing. So I would say the 3 things. Number 1 is get excited about personal growth, personal development. There's so many now because of the internet, so many places. Go to YouTube, type in motivation for the day on YouTube. Watch a video to start your day. Feed yourself with stuff that goes, oh God, that feels good, right? For those that don't like to read, you can listen to Audible. Back in the day when I was around 38 years ago, they didn't have this thing called Audible where I could hear a podcast like this right. So there's so many things that are at our disposal now that we've never had, that you need to do. And then the final thing is, when you make a decision to join a company, like find the leaders in the company that are true leaders, not the ones that are pointing fingers, hey, go do this, but find the people that you resonate with, find your tribe, and say, hey, I want some help. Mentors, true ones, good ones, will love to help you. Like, my phone rings all the time, but the people that are ringing are the people that I know that I'm pouring myself into, and I'm helping them because they're helping themselves, not just sit back and going, hey, give me something, like, they're actually doing the work. So find a mentor, dive into personal growth every single day. And you know what? Find things, find a company, find something that you truly enjoy. Don't do a technology company if you hate technology. Don't do a wellness company if you don't like wellness. Like, find a company that you're passionate about. Like, I'm still waiting for the network marketing golf company. Like, I'm still waiting for that one. actually, my platform's going to have that, the one I'm doing right now, but my platform's going to have a golf section on it. So I'm going to bring that into my community. But you guys, find something that resonates with you. If you are a fitness buff, find the best company out there. Do your due diligence. Find the right culture. Find the right mentorship. People that are going to work with you. And know that the more you develop you, the more you can develop your paycheck. The more you can develop your network. The more you can develop everything else. I mean, it's that simple, right? I can't lead 100,000 people if I can't even lead myself, right? I can't get out of bed in the morning and, do the things I do behind the scenes when no one's watching. If I can't even do that. So, I
mean, with golf, I want to go there.
What's your favorite club? Oh gosh, here we go.
What's your favorite club to hit?
Yeah. My 6-iron is probably my favorite.
Now, with golf, do you put a lot of time in? Do you do a lot of practice, or you just go out and play and just wing it?
To me, like, I have 2 sets of golf clubs here. Like, I'm constantly, like, between calls, like, I'm always immersed into golf because it feels good, right? So that when I do go play, like, I'm there. Same thing with, like, my business. Like, there are things that I do, like setting up my schedule and my Zoom calls and what I'm going to talk about. Like, there's preparation in my business too as well. But golf is whatever you focus in on, whatever you think about, you bring about, right? So if I think about, my good grip and my good backswing and my good this, and it's amazing when I go on the golf course, like, I don't even think about anything. It's just everything I've been working on or think about or put energy in behind the scenes, So kind of like people that before they make their first phone call, like, are you prepared? Like, do you have your script that you're using? If you use a script, do you know where to send somebody if they ask you a question? That's a great question, Sean. Go, like, are you prepared when you're actually doing your business too, or you're just winging it, So it's so crazy how, golf is so much like life is so much like golf, but everything I want in my business, if I want customers that order every month, if I want people to get results on my products, if I want people that have an open balance on their credit card, if I have people that want to be excited about joining me, guess what? I have to be all of that. I have to be excited. I have to be on the product. I have to have a credit card that's got an open, like, I have to be my best customer, my best promoter, my best distributor, my best representative, my best associate, whatever it's for you, so that I can attract somebody like me. And again, this is next level stuff that people understand. Like, you're only going to attract who you are.
Right.
So if the reason why Tony and my wife, Rhonda, we have so much success in this industry, because we show up every day like what you're seeing me, what you're feeling right now. Like, man, this guy, he's energetic, he's confident, he's positive, he's got a good attitude, he's happy, he's, looks like he doesn't have any stress, even though he's 58 years old, he looks like he's 17. Like, what I'm saying? Like, this is how I show up every day. And this is why my frequency I'm in, I attract people in the same frequency. That's how you and I are on this call together, because you are in that same space too. You're growing, you're in this industry, you love it, you're promoting it, you're excited about it, you want people to see the truth about it. Well, guess what? You and I are in the same frequency, and that's why we're doing this.
Right.
So if I'm terrible and I got a bad attitude and I suck and I don't like people and I hate my upline, I hate my downline, this product was not delivered on time, my people are not buying, they're canceling their credit cards, well, then my attitude is going to be horrific. Everything that happens in my business, congratulations, is going to be horrific. It's a direct reflection of me.
Right.
Which is crazy.
No, 100%. And a lot of people are like, oh, how did you get Tony Lucero on a freaking podcast? I asked him. People don't realize how simple things can be. It's like, everyone puts people out there like, have you had a chance? Just took a chance. You try something.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to say no. And then I'll persist and I'll continue to be like, hey, maybe this is a good time. Because we were going to do something a while ago and just the schedule didn't work. But I continued. Follow-up is important for whatever business you're in. Practice is important.
Yep.
You know, golf game, network marketing. We talk about scripting. Yep. Don't be a robot.
Yep.
Use some AI to kind of create some scripts, but also have some leeway in there so you can really feel that energy, the passion come out when you have that presentation on the phone, a Zoom call, in person. Because if you're not practicing, it's going to get better. It's going to get easier. It's going to flow. It takes time.
Yeah. You got to get the reps in, you know, and these reps that we do every single day, like the practicing. I can't even tell you how many times. I used to be a comedy hypnotist, so I used to practice my show in front of my mirror. Like I would try to not hypnotize myself, but I would practice my, you know, going out into the audience. But I'm looking at the mirror, thinking that the mirror is everybody in the audience. I practice the words I say. And I watch every video I've ever done. So this goes back to 38 years ago when my mentor said, Tony, record yourself. Like if you're doing a testimonial, if you're going live, or if you're on stage doing something, like have somebody record you and then watch it. And I'm not watching from a place like, oh my God, you're terrible. What are you doing there? How come you keep rubbing your ear? And what can you know, but it's just for me to see things and go, gosh, all right, the next time I get the opportunity to speak or talk to someone, here's what I'm going to do differently. And this is how you grow, right? This is how you keep elevating you, which elevates your business, which elevates everything about you. And some of these are baby steps for people, and we have to be okay with baby steps. And some of these are giant leaps for some. Like some people are like, man, I can't believe I just did that. That was amazing. I want to do that again. So that's what I love about this. This industry is, you know, you're going to earn as you learn. You know, we've heard this term before. Right. Yep. And so the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. That's just, I mean, it's so freaking simple. And a lot of people are so desperate that they join this company thinking, okay, this has got to work. And they put all of this pressure on them.
Yes.
So much so they go, I'm supposed to make 5 phone calls today, but screw it. I'm only going to do 3. What if, Sean, the next call they would have made, they would have connected with a Tony or you or my wife or somebody? One more call, 3 feet from gold, they would just one more knock.
Right.
But they quit. Right. And they blamed it on the company. They blamed it on the product. And this sucks in this industry. And there's been more multi-millionaires created in this industry than any other industry combined. Than movies, than real estate, finances, all of them combined. And it's an industry where the little guy, the average guy, the guy that was told he was stupid and wouldn't amount to anything and crazy and didn't know what love was and didn't have a father figure, a guy like me could become, you know, who I've become in this industry. And that's what I love about it. Now more than ever, though, it's even easier than ever because of AI, because of technology, because of Zooms. I mean, like, goodness gracious. I don't have to be anywhere. I can build globally, you know, wearing my SpongeBob SquarePants boxer shorts if I wanted to, you know? So it's like,
right. There's so many different things out there. People are worried about crypto, for example. I was never involved with crypto.
Neither.
And it opened me up to having conversations. I've become more educated, and I created my own coin recently, about September 4th. I would have talked to me 3-4 years ago. They would have been like, wait, I would never have done that. And it's something that I'm sharing with people, talking about it. I would never have done it before because I didn't have that, you know, the courage. I was fearful because I didn't know. But once you learn more, like we talked about, learn and earn, you're gonna make more because you're putting that time in. You're hoping things happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. Hope doesn't happen. But if you're putting that work in, day after day, you know, get up in the morning, have a routine. Throughout your day, somewhere in the middle, have a routine. Make sure you spend time with your family too. A lot of people, I want to make money. All they do is work. I'm like, wait, I don't work so I can live. I live I work so I can live. I don't live to work.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Balance is so key. I mean, my wife and I, she's very successful in real estate, and we always make time. We have date nights on Friday nights. You have to have balance. You have to find a place for this. But I can tell you, if you're somebody that's looking at this industry and go, Tony, I have no time. Tony, I have no time. Well, That's a
Right.
story you're telling yourself because
Yeah.
you do have time. And that 45 minutes you're watching of Netflix, which really is a waste of time. I'm just a waste of time.
Yeah.
That 45 minutes could be the time that you made those 5 phone calls that you said that you were going to do today. And what if number 3, the third phone call you make, you found, oh my gosh, the person that potentially can change your life. You guys, I've seen it so many times how that you meet somebody who's through somebody who leads you to somebody who goes out and makes you, $100,000 a year because of his network, because of his experience, because of his knowledge and all that. So it's people quit before the finish line so many times. People quit when they before they even get started many times because they think it's too much. So it's unfortunate.
Now, what about for those that we talk about upline and down, our downline, and maybe the upline has left the building. They're gone. They went to a different because it's shiny object. But you're a leader inside. And people are like, well, what do I do? Like maybe they're doing Zoom calls with their team and now it's gone. That upline is gone anymore. What kind of, maybe some tips or strategies someone can follow to lead a good Zoom call? What is important to kind of factor into what would happen on that call for his team or her team?
Yeah, so we've all had the upline that is horrific. Although I don't think I've ever had an upline. I don't remember really working with an upline. I've always looked at myself as a leader because I wanted to do things not my way, the only way, but there's just a way that I wanted to create a culture. I wanted to create a unity that was maybe different than the stigma of network marketing. Like, for example, I've said network marketing more times on your podcast I've probably said in the last 10 years. I just don't talk about it like network marketing because to me, it's just like, hey, this is who I am. Like network marketing or MLM is just an extension of who I am. And so when I talk about my community, I talk about the culture, I talk about the project I'm working on. That's my network marketing. So I've always, here's one thing you can do. If you get an upline that is not that good or they're gone, I always would seek out mentorship from somebody else and ask somebody else, hey, can you come on my Zoom call? Can you, contact the company, say, hey, my upline's no longer existing. Who can help me that's available? So again, asking questions like what Sean did. Hey, he asked the question. I love asking questions. I always like looking for the answers. I'm not the type of person that sits back and, takes the punches and waits for things to be rolled out for me. Like I'm the one that goes, hey, we can make this better. We can do this simpler. Hey, what if we change this? I'm that guy. You have people around you. If you're not that person, you're not that leader yet. You have people around you that can help you, that we would love to help you grow. Because at the end of the day, if they're a true leader, the reason why they're doing that is because it benefits the community as a whole. It benefits the company as a whole. They might be using your story of success or your testimony for something that they're doing. So they'll see that as an opportunity for them to grow if they're a true leader. So don't get discouraged. Just say, hey, all right, my upline sucks. They're non-existent. They jumped again. They're gone again and left me with all these people. Well, find somebody else that would be very welcomed and open to help you. And then you'll, again, as you watch and take notes, you'll start to get better. And then eventually you're doing your own calls, you're doing your own thing. And that's really, really what you want anyway. You want to be self-sufficient at some point. You don't want to rely on everything else all the time, right? All the people, because you're going to be disappointed. You'll be disappointed when you're relying on, hey man, we've had people, we've scheduled a Saturday event at a hotel, and the speaker that was supposed to be there, oh my gosh, he's coming, and all of a sudden doesn't show, cancels at the last minute. So what are you going to do? It's happened probably 15 times in my career. So you make the best out of it, and you go, okay, I'm going to step in, and here's what we're going to do, and you just do it, and don't be so hard on yourself.
Right, and like Tony was saying, it's your community. You're building a culture in your own community that's yours. So showing up is that's the most important thing. I think every single day. Don't just have that negativity. Things are not working. You're going to have those days. You're going to have the ones that, oh, go to hell. I don't need to hear this another story again. But you don't want to work with those. Those are the people you don't want on your team. You want people that are going to, collaborate. They're going to want to duplicate and learn from you and everyone else on the team. Maybe it's not video they're not into, but they'll try something else. That's the important thing. trying on a daily. That's a powerful thing. Is there any final thoughts you can share with us, Tony?
I would say that if you're in this industry, if you've made a decision to get involved in MLM, okay, I would say be very, very proud. This is the place that once you get through all the smoke and the mirrors, like this is the place that whatever you're seeking in your life, you can have in this industry. But you got to do your due diligence, and you got to make sure that the product and the company and the culture of that company is something that resonates with you. Otherwise, you're not going to build it, right? It's just going to be another, I tried it. So I would say at this time in your life to find those things that are important to you. Like, hey, if I was to go to work for a job at the perfect company, what would that company have to have? Well, it had the good leadership. The website's got to be pretty killer. The leadership better be there. The training material, the marketing stuff, the stories, the products, the technology, like all of that, like make sure that's there for you. Because then if that's there for you and it checks all the boxes, now it's up to you. And so many people go, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Here's what I'm going to tell you. All you have to do in network marketing, here's the big thing. And here's probably my multi-million dollar advice. If people always ask me, hey, what do I have to do in this industry? And all I say is, you just have to do. That's it. You just got to do. You know what to do. You know you got to make those calls. You know you got to show up every day. You know you got to work on yourself. You know you got to read the books. You know you got to be the best version of you. You know you have to do it. So all you have to do is do. And when you do, all of a sudden the universe goes, oh, that's pretty cool. He's actually really serious. He's actually really doing it. Like, hey, let's give Tony this person. Let's give Tony this person. Let's give him this opportunity. And you guys, stuff starts happening. And all of a sudden you'll go through what I call kissing a lot of frogs, which may be a lot of bad businesses or a lot of things. You got to kiss a lot of them sometimes. Then you find the one. And I've waited 38 years for me to finally find the one that I feel for me is going to be my footprint after 38 years of being in this industry. But I had to go through all of the other stuff, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with people throwing stones at me and saying, oh my God, what are you doing now? And that's stupid. And why don't you go get a job? And I'm like, I would suck as an employee because I'd walk in here and going, all right, nix it all. You guys have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea how to run a $2 billion company. I've been there. I've done it. I know what it's like. Right. So anyway, all you got to do is just do. There's your multi-million dollar nugget because you know what to do.
You heard it, guys. That's all you got to do is do. I love it. Tony and everyone else there, you got to make sure you take a look at the description, reach out to Tony, take a look at a couple of his links. If you follow him, subscribe, etc., please reach out. He's a great wealth of knowledge. He will take a call for you. Definitely love to collaborate again with him.
Absolutely.
And appreciate all your time. Stick around for one moment. We wish you all an amazing rest of your day.